Hockey 605. We're here with Team South Dakota coach Chuck Vockler, who brought back the national champions. How's that feel for you, Coach?
Well, it was a great experience. I think the boys had a really good time. They played very well, and it was nice to see that they bounced back from a loss and came back and basically buried the other team.
Yeah, 7-1 is a decisive win, right?
Absolutely, yeah. They came ready to play that game, and after the first 5 or 6 minutes, I knew there was no way we were going to lose.
Well, and it was just a year ago that you were putting that team together, right, at this event?
Yeah, a year ago this time.
Now, did you think you had a national championship team there?
Tell you the truth, I didn't even know because I didn't even pick the team. So I had no idea. When I took over, we got on the ice after that first weekend. I think it was the second weekend of practice when I started to think, yeah, you know what, we got a shot at this.
Well, you have a lot of really talented players. Tell us a little bit about some of those players.
Well, I think our team was led by Brooks Mitzel. He was our captain from Rushmore. He's a talented hockey player, and he's really truly our leader. Not only on the ice, but off the ice as well. We had a couple other players that really stepped up. It was in that final game. It was our second line that had struggled up until that game, and they came through. And you got Jack Oberg and Zach Bettming and Jacob Ada. I think they had 5 or 6 of our 7 goals that game. And if it wasn't for them, it might have been a different story. They like I said, they had struggled earlier in the tournament, and Zach Jurgens and I talked about it prior to that and said, you know what, we really need them to come through, and they totally did.
Yeah. Well, when it gets down to clinch time, the line that maybe has to pick up the slack, obviously those guys did the trick for you.
Yeah, well, not only that, but from top to bottom, everybody had a great game. We ran 4 lines for the most part of the game, except for when we got into penalty situations. And then our goaltending was he was on top of his game in that final game. Our defense played pretty well, and that's something. There's something to say there because three of our 6 defensemen were forwards. So they really stepped up and played some good D, and it was an all-around team effort.
So we're back here planning for next year, and you just had tryouts for under 16 team for the 2014-2015 season, correct? Yes.
We just ended that. Just had our meeting. The kids are excited again. Obviously, because it's only been a week. We literally won it last week, so I think they're pretty excited. And I think we got a fairly good shot at defending the title. So.
Well, and you have quite a few players that are returning, a good number.
Yeah, I think we have about 12 or 13 that return. And then we picked up some of the kids from the U14 team this year, and with that experience, that's really going to make a difference.
So what happens next now that you've got the team picked? Do you have practices coming up, games?
No, actually, we don't have anything until the end of August.
Okay.
We do this so that everybody's still fresh, that they've been on the ice within the last month or so, and they're not coming into tryouts for something like this where they haven't been on the ice for 3 or 4 months. So yeah, we try to get this over and done with because there's a lot of fundraising that needs to be done because this is not cheap. But I think everybody that's ever been involved with this would tell you it's totally worth it for the experience that the kids get out of it.
So then August comes around. What happens then?
When August rolls around, we get back together, we have some practices, and then we have to try and get 20 games in between September 1st and October 31st.
And that's a requirement to be in the national tournament, right?
Yeah, we have to have at least 20 games to qualify.
And where do you get those games?
Anywhere we can. Whether it's finding teams from Colorado or Wyoming or Montana or Omaha or North Dakota, or wherever we can find them, just to get those games in. Sometimes even like last year, and in the years past, they've put an 18 and under team together just so we had somebody to play so we could qualify. Don't necessarily like doing that, but if that's what's got to be done to get it done, then that's what we do.
Well, there's probably a few teams in Minnesota.
Yeah, but it's a little bit different because they don't start as early, and most of their 16s at the 16 level are playing high school, so they don't have teams like what we have. There is no Minnesota representation at this national tournament because of their high school league.
Wow. Okay. Well, congratulations again, Coach, on winning that national championship. The glow is still on everybody we've talked to. Looks like you got a stellar squad put together for next year. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, and I hope next year at this time we're doing the same conversation. We're having the same conversation.
Then we'll be talking repeat, baby.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well,
Thanks, Coach.
This video is brought to you by myplayerpage.com, the best place for athletes to showcase their information. Visit us today.